All she wanted was a ticket back home.
I'm through. After 1 year and 25 jobs in New York, Susan Applegate is signing off.
All she could afford was a half-price fare.
Hello?
Now he thinks she's 12.
You know, Susu, you're a very peculiar child.
You bet I am.
And she thinks he's wonderful.
Susu, you're a knockout.
Ray Milland and Ginger Rogers in Billy Wilder's first American film, Major and the Minor. Coming up next on AMC. American Movie Classics presents those original wild and crazy guys.
I suppose I'll have to testify to that at the inquest.
So grab your friends and get ready.
Well, if you fellas don't mind, I think I'll wash up. Yeah, go ahead. The rest of us are already washed up.
For a wacky comedy classic we know you'll like.
If you don't like it, we'll put in another scene. You can have any scene you want.
When Lucille Ball and Ann Miller join the Marx Brothers in...
Room cycle. Wonderful. Terrific.
Sensational.
Friday. Coming soon on AMC.
Drama as vast and spectacular as the sweeping ranges and towering crags of the lawless empire that spawned it, the Furies. And to film this greatest of all novels by Niven Bush, who wrote Duel in the Sun, producer Hal Wallace has assembled a superlative cast of dramatic stars. Barbara Stanwyck, Wendell Corey, Walter Houston in his greatest role.
You stop telling lies about me, and I'll stop telling the truth about you.
I've heard that one before. Now get. I killed your father in a fair fight, and I'd be pleased to do as much for you.
Mr. Darrow, sir. This is our dance, I believe, sir.
Told you I didn't want legal Tanzarek. Didn't want to take on the Furies. That's all I need. Word to get back to your father. You've been here. You're brazen enough to know that.
Conflict that flames across the dark domain of the Furies as the girl who ruled it fights to dominate three strong men and the woman who threatened her empire.
And, my dear, please remember, you will always be welcome at the Furies. There will always be a room for you. Won't there, Turnbull? Do you want me to beg? Do you want me on my knees to you for his life?
I'd hang him anyway.
It's me you should have hung. Take a good long look at me, T.C. You won't see me again until the day I take your world away from you.
In 1933, a talented young actress joined forces with a trailblazing female director.
You know what I am?
Together, they created a landmark film of determination, courage, and love.
You make me feel something quite different from anything I've ever felt for anyone else before.
Katharine Hepburn stars in director Dorothy Arzner's powerful masterpiece, Christopher Strong.
Thursday on AMC.
Coming up next on AMC.
Once upon a time, there was a very, very good little girl who went a-riding on a train for half fare. Now, the big bad conductor wasn't so sure she was so very, very little. There was also some doubt whether she was so very, very good.
Say, kid, when you smoke, do you inhale? Let's see that hanky.
And so, this not so very, very good little girl, who was really Ginger Rogers in disguise, fled into the compartment of a handsome young major named Ray Milland, who invited her to stay for the night.
You're very kind, but, well, my mother told me that, well, you see, you are a strange gentleman.
Yes, well, we can soon fix that.
came the dawn. And who should come aboard the train but the handsome young Major's fiancée?
Ow! Quiet, the conductor's not supposed to know.
Nor, I imagine, am I.
You know, Susu, when I look at you with just my bum eye, you look almost grown up, not a child anymore. Susu, you're a knockout.
You don't love him. Leave that to me. Just pack your things and go. Taking good care that nobody sees you crossing the campus. That's a rather foolish costume for a child of 12.
You should be very glad I'm not 12. I was a very straightforward child. I used to spit.
Susu, you're a very peculiar child.
You bet I am.
All aboard for light-hearted love and lots of laughter as the lovely Ginger Rogers pretends to be someone she is not, simply to save half the train fare. But Ray Milland falls in love with her anyway. Wouldn't you? In Billy Wilder's comedy, The Major and the Minor. Next, only on AMC.
Billy Wilder, if you read about him, is one of those people with a personality that's a lot bigger than life. So it may come as a surprise to learn that in the days before he directed his first film, he was scared to death. This from a man who escaped certain persecution at the hands of the Nazis. He left his native Germany in the early 1930s when many artists and writers were being mistreated by the ruling party. Well, after coming to Hollywood, another German native, veteran director Ernst Lubitsch, became his mentor. When Wilder told Lubitsch that he was nervous about directing his first film, Lubitsch replied, hey, he'd made 70 films and he was still nervous every time the first day of shooting came up for him. So what happened was this. Lubitsch rounded up all the other German directors that he could find in Hollywood, and they all dropped in on the set on the first shooting day. A very nice gesture. And Wilder appreciated their show of support. In the end, the film was a smash hit, and Wilder became one of the most successful directors in Hollywood history. By the way, in addition to directing the film, he also co-wrote it. This is the film in which the noted humorist Robert Benchley uttered that immortal line, why don't you slip out of those wet clothes and into a dry martini? Well, because Benchley was so well known for his witty sayings, most people credited him with that line, but it was actually written by Billy Wilder. This movie also marked the film debut of Leela Rogers, Ginger Rogers' mother, and as you might guess, in the movie she plays Ginger Rogers' mother. Here she is with Ray Milland, daughter Ginger, in The Major and the Minor. There was some controversy surrounding Ginger Rogers' performance in this movie. Did she or did she not? While some claim that she did, Ginger Rogers claims she did not have her chest taped down when she impersonated the 12-year-old. According to Ginger Rogers, it was simply a matter of good acting and a perfect midi blouse. And what was the best part about playing a 12-year-old? Getting to sleep late. That's what Ginger Rogers said. Normally, she would spend at least 2 hours in makeup and wardrobe before she'd report to the set. Well, young Susu's pigtails, just that little slight touch of lipstick, only took about half an hour, which translated for Ginger Rogers into an additional hour and a half of sleep, and she loved that. Now let's take a look at this.
Next on AMC, if there's a piano to be moved to the top of the stairs, Stan and Ollie are your men for the job in the Laurel and Hardy comedy classic, The Music Box. Next on AMC.
Meet rodeo man Chris Hayward,
I'm telling you, Harvey, there's a woman.
who falls crazy in love for Miss Park Avenue.
I just can't believe it.
He tries to take the gal out of New York.
Well, folks, here she is. Be surprised.
But can he ever take New York out of the gal?
Oh, Chris!
What you call out of my element.
When Fred McMurray and Irene Dunn team up, there's never a dull moment. Premieres Sunday, May 9th at 1 Eastern on AMC. Coming soon on AMC.
Trying to help your brother, why don't you just shut up?
You watch yourself, black boy. Watch how you talk to me.
Just shut up.
Richard Widmark, the twisted killer with a gut full of hate and a gun full of murder. Sidney Poitier, the brilliant star of the Defiant Ones.
He's dead. He killed him. He killed him, I tell you. I saw him. He took it out on Johnny. He wanted it to be me, but he took it out on Johnny. I'll get you for this, you black rat. If they hang me, I'll get you for it.
Richard Widmark and Sidney Poitier, searing the screen with their fury as they touch off the most terrifying chain of events that ever exploded in your face.
Watch for No Way Out, premiering Saturday, May 8th, 5 p.m. Eastern, only on AMC.
Next on AMC, if there's a piano to be moved to the top of the stairs, Stan and Ollie are your men for the job in the Laurel and Hardy comedy classic, The Music Box, next on AMC.